We're going to start off showing you how to make the yo-yo. The base is carved out of an 1.5" R55 upholstery foam. So using a really sharp razor blade, just cut out a circle first and then start to carve down the edges until it looks more like the shape of her curved yo-yo. I bought 2 of these lights at the dollar store, and I'm just using the top plastic part as the top glowy part of the yo-yo. So I lined it up on top of the foam and used the Dremel to cut it down into size. Also, make sure you sand this down really smooth because this raw edge will be showing on the yo-yo. Go ahead and mark where the light insert is going to go, cut a hole in the foam, and place it down. And after playing around with it for a bit, I decided the light was just a little too bright, so to dull it down, I glued just some white sheer fabric layers into the top of the plastic. Now it's time to heat up some Worbla and start to wrap this around the base of the light. Trim it and press it down as even as you can, but it's okay if the edges are a little bumpy because the plastic light cover is going to cover the majority of this. I got a small little hinge from a hobby store, and I just glued it to the plastic and the base so I can flip it open to turn the light on and off. I gently pressed 2 sheets of Worbla over the top of the plastic to get the shape of the cover, but don't press too hard, you don't want to melt it to the base. Carefully pop those off and trim down any excess Worbla. And these are the smallest hinges I could find to make the top flaps open and close. So just with some small strips of Worbla, I adhered these to the top open things. What are we gonna call these? The Ladybug wings? The Ladybug wings. Then make small holes in the base for the other side of the hinge to fit into. Secure that with some superglue, and you're ready to get on to finishing this yo-yo. Prime all the Worbla with your favorite primer. I use wood glue, and then go ahead and paint. I'm using plain old acrylic paint to paint the red as well as the black spots. And take your time when doing the spots to make sure they're even and perfect on both sides of the yo-yo. Let the paint dry for several days to make sure it is 100% dry, and then top it off with some polycrylic, which I love best for the shine. And there you have it, a completed working light up yo-yo. Or prop yo-yo, because it doesn't actually yo-yo like a yo-yo. You get me? So yeah, it's not super functional to like walk around on my hip. I would be very protective of it, or maybe carry it in my hand or my bag, but it does attach to your hip for pictures or for slight moving around. But if people bump into you at the convention, it's gonna fall right off. And now the miraculous itself, her earrings. Starting off and being resourceful, I'm taking a pair of old earrings that I don't wear anymore, prying off the backs, and gonna be using them for my new ones. For a quick and easy mold, I used the mold builder that I got from Michael's over a pair of googly eyes for the correct shape. And at this time, I didn't have any black rhinestones, so I just took a few rhinestones that were the right size and painted them black with nail polish. And these earrings will be made out of resin, which is a 2-part mixer that I get from Michael's. So measure out your first part, and I add a drop of Sharpie ink to tint it red, and then add your second part and mix it together until well combined. Add a few drops of the resin into each mold, just enough to cover the bottom, and then we're going to slowly place in 5 rhinestones into each earring. And to make sure the rhinestones don't move, let this layer set up for an hour or so, and then top off the remaining space with your red resin. Again, let that layer set long enough until it is semi-hard but still tacky, and then place the earring backs onto the resin. Let that cure completely overnight, gently sand down any remaining excess of resin, and they are ready to wear. This wig is from Arta Wigs. It is the indigo in the color Raven. I honestly don't think I did much to it at all. I didn't cut it. I did trim the bangs to fit my face, but I just styled it into pigtails and left it at that. The only thing is this wig did not come as a ponytail wig, so in order to hide the wefts in the back, I did do a weaving technique, which I will show you right now. So first off, you might notice that this wig is not the same wig I'm wearing. That's because I decided this wig was just too blue and I didn't like it, so I ended up buying the Arta wig, but this technique is the same, so follow along with me. First, split your hair into 2 sections. I'm starting on the left section on the very bottom weave, taking a small amount of hair and moving it over to the right side. Then on the right side, on that same bottom weave, take a small section of hair and place it over to the left side. Move up to the next weft, take some small hair of the left side, put it over to the right. That same weft, take some hair on the right and put it over on the left. It's really easy, but it can get kind of confusing because there's a lot of hair, but just take your time and work your way up the wig until you have all the sections crisscrossing each other and you can no longer see the wefts. Ah, much better. And here it is again on the Arto wig that I ended up using. Cool. And if you guys liked my earrings, I actually have a few of them up on my website, which you can check out in the description below. So I hope your props turned out the way you wanted them to, and if you haven't already, please check out the tutorial where I teach you how to make the bodysuit, gloves, and shoes. I hope you enjoyed transforming into Ladybug today, and I will see you next time. Bye! Or should I say, Biageway? I can't get it on any more than that, so if it looks a little loose around my neck, it's because I can't zip it up by myself. I need to take some selfies, and then I'm taking this off because I am hot.